Hello friends, welcome to Stories by Sarah. My name is Sharad. If you are also facing a situation where you ended up being late to a destination because of train delays, it is now possible for you to ask for a compensation from DB. And it's very simple to do that. Let me take you to the past travels that I did and I faced a similar situation against which now I am going to ask for compensation. So this is the train journey that I am referring to. As you can see over here, the train was supposed to start at 9:47 and reach the destination at 11:34. But this only reached after 1:30. And that was due to some technical reasons. But because of which I didn't have to face any situation where I had to stay in a hotel accommodation or go for any other connections from there on. But there are certain rules related to that as well, which I'll be going through towards the end of this video. So please stick on to this video till the end, and if you find it helpful, please hit on that like button. Do subscribe to our channel because we give you a lot of information about the local in Germany, which will be really useful for you. So over here you can see there is a apply for compensation button. So what I'll do is I'll just press for apply for compensation, and if you read through here, it says that if the delay is more than 60 minutes, that is when you are actually eligible for a compensation. Or it can even be the case where your train actually got cancelled. So either of these cases, it's possible for you to ask for compensation. You will have to tell what time was the destination arrived on, and also you can give your IBAN information along with if any other expenses that you incurred. For example, if you had another connection for taxi or by train, or if you incurred a hotel cost, all of these you should be able to submit as PDF documents, and once the party over there would check and verify that it seems to be like a fair thing that you are doing, then they will provide you the reasonable compensation. Now you would be interested in knowing that how much is the compensation. If your train got delayed by more than 60 minutes per se, that is more than 1 hour, then in that case you are eligible for 25% of the compensation. That means if you had €100 ticket, that is going to be 25. If it is a €20 ticket, then it's going to be 5. So one thing to keep in mind is, like, if say for example you booked a ticket which 25% turns out to be less than €4, then in that case you are not eligible for this compensation, because the minimum amount that they say is €4. So the compensation calculation, if it turns out to be less than €4, then you will not get the compensation. Say for example, if the delay was between 120 minutes and more, in that case what is going to happen is this compensation amount, instead of 25%, will be almost 50%. So if it's €20 that you have paid for the ticket, that is going to be €10 that you will receive as compensation. Now let me tell you an example. Say for example you had to go for a taxi or for hotel. In that case, the accommodation expenses is also covered by them. If there was a taxi or a connection that you lost because of this delay, and that resulted in you spending some amount, you are eligible for claim up to €120. But provided that you should have inquired with the authorities there, asking that if they have any alternate arrangement for you already done. If you did that and there was no other alternative arrangement done by the staff from DB, you are still able to ask for this compensation. So I'm going to now press on apply now, and you can see over here it's asking me what happened during your trip. So in my case, it was not the trip not started or trip got cancelled, it was delay at the destination, and it was definitely more than 60 minutes. So I'm going to mention at least 60 minutes, and now I'm going to press on continue. It says that yeah, I'm likely to be entitled for a compensation. It depends on what values you put in the above application. So I press on OK continue. It is giving all the details of my trip, that is Berlin Spandau to Hamburg SBF, and the timings and all seems to be correct. So I'll just press on OK continue button, and it asks me what actual time did we arrive. So friends, I don't recall the exact time, but it was almost close to 2 o'clock when we reached homes, and it is not very far. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put an estimated time over here. The date I arrived was on 17th and I arrived only at 1 let's say 40. Okay, that's the time that I can recall, so I'm going to go ahead with it. You can put the time that you think is most right if you are also like me who doesn't keep a track on time, because what it does is like it has got a system in place in the back end where it actually finds out what was the actual time when the train arrived, and it will only give you the compensation that is valid. It's not that you put in some time and they accept it. No, that's not how it takes place. So I'm going to put an estimate time, and I can press on OK, continue. Did you use your ticket for the entire route? If you incurred additional costs or using another means of transport, you can specify. For in my case, I never had to board any taxi or any connection, so I just going to be using this no option. Okay, then please indicate the station where you interrupted your train journey and another means of transportation. Okay, I think I have gone for the wrong option. Let me just check or read once more. It says if you have incurred any additional expenses by another means of transport, you can specify these in further steps. I traveled the entire route with my ticket. This is applies if a different train was used. Okay, so I have to go for the yes option. That was my bad. Going next, did you have any additional expenses? So in my case, I didn't had any other additional expenses, but in case you had to go for other expenses like hiring a taxi or having a hotel overnight stay, please do mention that. And it's very frequent that if you are traveling on the last train of the day, there might be chances that the next train only starts in the next morning, so it's very possible for you to have these expenses incurred. So yeah, definitely mention. So in my case, I didn't had any other additional expenses, so I'm going to put no. You have to just fill in your personal details in this page, which of course for privacy reasons I have mapped it out. That's some personal information that you will have to press in. So once I filled in my personal details, I pressed on OK, continue, and it asked me of an option like how would you want to be compensated. It gives me two options here, either by coupon or by transfer. Just recently also I had faced the similar situation and I have got a 15 euro coupon already available with me. So this time I'm going to ask for a bank transfer. So I'm going to select transfer over here. I just have to fill in again my IBAN number over here and press on OK, continue. After I filled in my IBAN details, now it asks with the final questions like would you like to receive a copy of the application by email. I think that's something that I would be interested in, so I go with the tick option. It asks me to participate in a customer survey. Sorry, I don't want to be doing that again, so I'll just skip that one and I will just send the application now. So looks like my application has been confirmed. I have been given a number and must say that they will be doing a processing of my request, and hopefully I'll be getting back mail within 1 month is what they specify. Let us see how much time it takes. So friends, with this video I hope you were able to do the same steps that I also did, and hopefully you will also be getting the compensation ASAP. And yes, before you drop off, let me tell you one thing. Like if you had a journey in the past 3 months where you experienced similar thing, it's still not too late. You can still go for the same step and get your compensation. It's your right as a customer to ask for this compensation. Nothing bad about it. Of course, you faced some hardship, maybe you missed a connection or you were not able to reach in your destination as planned. So it's nothing wrong. Once you ask for compensation, that's how things improve. So hopefully this video will be very useful to all of you, and if you found my explanation was good enough, press on that like button and subscribe to our channel, because we give a lot of information about something that as a daily life of a person coming from the immigrant background to Germany will find it helpful.